Pain will come. That's life. But suffering? Suffering is a choice you make every time you resist what is. There's a difference between the pain that life brings and the suffering your mind creates. One is unavoidable. The other, you're doing it to yourself. And once you understand this, everything changes. There were two farmers in the same village, both good men, both hardworking, both had families who depended on them. The first farmer was named Vikram, 45 years old, strong, reliable. Everyone respected him. The second farmer was named Devraj, same age, same land, same struggles. One year, the monsoon failed. The drought came. It destroyed both their crops. Both lost everything they'd worked for all year. Same drought, same loss, same pain. But what happened next was completely different. Vikram stood in his withered field, the dead crops surrounding him like graves. "Why me?" he screamed at the sky. "What did I do to deserve this?" He couldn't accept it. Every day he walked through the field, staring at the destruction, replaying how things should have been. If only the rains had come. If only I'd planted different crops. If only the government had helped. He became bitter, angry. He stopped sleeping, stopped eating properly. His wife tried to comfort him. He pushed her away. "You don't understand. We're ruined, finished. This is a catastrophe." His children asked what they'd do. He snapped at them. "I don't know. Leave me alone." Months passed. The drought was over, but Vikram's suffering wasn't. He sat in his house, paralyzed by what had happened. Neighbors offered help. He refused. "What's the point? Everything's destroyed. It's too late." His family suffered not just from the lost crop, but from watching him destroy himself from within. The drought took one season from both of them. Vikram gave it every season since. He replayed the disaster endlessly in his mind, made it mean something about him, about life, about fairness, turned one season's pain into years of suffering. Devraj stood in his own withered field, the same destruction. He felt the pain, deep and sharp, the shock of loss, the fear for his family. But then he took a breath. "This is what is," he said quietly. Not, "This is unfair," not, "Why me?" just, "This is what is." He didn't pretend it didn't hurt, but he also didn't fight reality. The crops were gone. Anger wouldn't bring them back. Bitterness wouldn't feed his children. So he accepted what he couldn't change and immediately looked for what he could. The next morning, he walked to the village center, found work as a laborer. It wasn't what he wanted, but it was what was available. His wife started a small business selling homemade goods. His children helped. The family pulled together instead of falling apart. When neighbors offered help, he accepted with gratitude. When opportunities appeared, he took them without pride getting in the way. Within 6 months, his family was stable again. Not rich, not where they were before, but surviving, together, moving forward. One evening, a traveling monk came through the village. He saw both farmers, Vikram still sitting in his house, bitter and broken, though the drought was long over, Devraj working, rebuilding, living. The monk asked Devraj, "How did you recover so quickly when your neighbor still suffers?" Devraj thought for a moment. "We both felt the pain of losing our crops, but he's been fighting a battle that's already over. I felt the pain, accepted it, and moved on. The drought took one season from both of us. He's given it every season since." The monk nodded. Pain is the drought. Suffering is arguing with the drought, wishing it hadn't happened, believing it shouldn't have happened, letting it define you. Your neighbor created a story around the pain. "This is unfair. I'm a victim. Life is against me. Everything is ruined." That story turned pain into suffering. You felt the same pain, but you didn't create the story. You acknowledged what was and worked with reality instead of fighting it. Pain asks, what can I do with this? Suffering asks, why is this happening to me? Pain is clean, direct, temporary. Suffering is messy, mental, endless. Life will bring pain. You'll lose things. People will leave. Plans will fail. Your body will age. Disappointments will come. That pain is inevitable. It's part of being alive. But suffering, the story you tell about the pain, the resistance to what is, the mental argument with reality, that's optional. When you resist pain, you create suffering. When you accept pain, it moves through you and releases. Resistance says, this shouldn't be happening. This is wrong. This is unfair. Acceptance says, this is happening. This is what is. What now? You can't control what life brings, but you can control whether you fight reality or work with it. The pain of loss lasts as long as the loss is fresh. The suffering of resistance lasts as long as you keep arguing with what already happened. Vikram eventually recovered, years later, but he lost so much time fighting a battle that was already over. Devraj moved forward within months, not because he didn't feel pain, but because he didn't add suffering to it. Both experienced the drought. Only one experienced years of suffering. The difference wasn't what happened to them, it was how they related to what happened. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. The choice is yours every single time. If this teaching landed, hit like, share with someone fighting battles that are already over. Subscribe for more wisdom that sets you free.